Hi, my name is Katelin Deneke. I'm the fifth generation to live and work on this farm. This farm has been in our family for more than 100 years. There's been changes over these years. It all started by great-great-grandpa Harry, who moved here from Iowa and farmed with horses. He had a plow that he walked behind. He also planted his fields with a horse-drawn steer. He had purebred Hereford cows, but lost them to disease called anthrax. The original house was turned into a granary. The new house was built with a 32-volt electrical plant, so the house has lights, although Grandma Dora says they didn't get to turn them on very often. A windmill pumped water which led to a water brick storage tank that watered the house and stuff tank. Eventually, Harry moved back to Iowa, and Great-Grandpa Milton fixed that. Great-Grandpa Milton took over the farm. Milton also farmed with horses, but was able to buy a regular farm tractor. He raised oats, barley, flax, and wheat. He planted them with an end-gate seeder. Grain was cut and bound into shacks, which were then thrashed. The thrashing crews, made up of the neighbors, would get together to separate the grain from the straw. The straw was piled up and used for bedding. Milton also had hogs, sheep, cattle, and chickens. Hay was put up with a dump rig. Grandma Doris remembers riding the dump rig and having to dump rows in a straight line. Milton also purchased a 1932 Model A coupe. He made a box for the rumble seat walls to carry fencing supplies. Grandma Doris learned how to drive by driving this car around the field, while Great-Grandpa Milton fixed fence. They did have a crank-type phone, but eventually got a modern party line phone, although Grandma Doris says they rarely called anyone. In 1948, they got electricity. After Milton passed away, Doris and Cecil were married and took over the farm. They had beef cows, dairy cows, hogs, sheep, and chickens. Cow milking became automated. Instead of milking by hand, cows were milked by a vacuum pump in buckets, which led to a pipeline storage tank. This allowed them to sell raw milk instead of just cream. It was very exciting when Cecil was able to buy a true-owned corn planter. He was also in partnership with the neighbors on a silage cover and was able to put up corn silage for feed. Sunflowers were added to the crop rotation. Cecil was one of the first people in the state to learn how to AI cows and traveled around the country performing this service for people. Tractor size continued to increase as he was able to buy a regular 656 International Farmwell tractor. He continued to stack hay, but a few square bales were made. The moldboard pallet was replaced with the chisel plow. Roller grass, smooth brown grass, intermediate wheatgrass, crescent wheatgrass, and switchgrass were combined for seed and sold as a cash crop. Cecil and Doris also planted trees around the farm. Dad began to farm with Grandpa out of high school, forming a partnership. Additional land was rented and hay is cut with the hydro swing and baled using a big round baler. Tillage was changed from chisel plow to mulch till and eventually to no-till. Tractor horsepower has continued to increase, as today it does chores with a front wheel assist tractor. Cows are sold on the internet and by video. Pastures are divided into paddocks, and cows rotationally graze twice to the pastures, making sure they have 45 days of rest. Horses are still used with cattle, but we have a couple ATVs for fixing fence and doing chores. Water is piped to different pastures using rural water. Everyone in the family carries a cell phone. I hope to take over the farm someday, but first I need to finish high school and go to college. Today's farm technology is only limited by imagination. There are cell phone apps to help you identify weeds and check the weather. Everything can be controlled by a computer. You can even buy a drone to fly over your house and fields to look for deficient nutrients. Or check whether your cows have water. You can worm your cattle with a paintball gun. You can ultrasound your livestock and estimate the meat tenderness. You can even feed your livestock without leaving the house. Tractors and combines drive themselves. As the next generation, I have the ability to produce more food with less negative impact on the environment if I'm willing not only to use technology, but understand the effects and how and what I do impacts the things around me. I hope you enjoyed hearing about my farm and the history that's taken place over the years. Like you, I can't wait to see what new things will look like in the future. Thank you.